go to the rope. Now, the reason I'm doing this is just like that pole touched him, and he kicked at it. I mean, you know, we'd already been doing that, but he was like, no, you're not doing this to me. So he copped an attitude. He said, this is not what we're going to do. Hi, buddy. So what I'm going to do with this rope is we're going to, yes, it's going to be a little more trauma, but what he's going to get out of it, I think, is we have changed the rules again. He thought he knew the rules. He thought he could now dictate to me the rules. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what he did when we went to put him in here. He started saying, no, I really don't want to go there. And yet the first day, oh my gosh, I mean, you even wiggled and he was freaking out. So now we're going to start this just like we did when it was just the pole. Good boy. See, and boy, he's really interested in it now. Because it
different.
Changed.
Yeah.
He's going to be one, I think, and I could be wrong, I've been wrong before, but my feeling is he's going to be one that is going to have to be challenged a little bit to keep his interest. Good boy. Yeah. I'd like you to look at it from this side too. Good boy. Yeah, what do you think? Now you notice he's not biting at this yet. It's a little scary. Okay. Good boy. Now you notice it doesn't really matter where I am anymore. You notice that?
Yeah.
He's walking right into my space.
Yeah.
So we've already lost that, of that scaredy spot. So I'm going to back up here. And as he goes by, I'm going to put it on. And that's what I expected. He's like, yikes, and there he's chewing again. We changed the rules. Now see how that rope's popping around? That's what he's not like, which I can't blame him. It's scary. But this is his attitude about kicking at the pole. Is the same idea. Is he's like, I don't like it. Not it hurt me. Not I'm scared of it. But more of a I don't like it. So you notice though how I continue to move around backwards. Now remember, this is exactly what he did with the pole in the very beginning.
Right.
Good boy. Nothing's changed except for we have something that keeps moving. Good boy. Yeah, huh? It's touching him. Now he has a tail that moves. He has a mane that moves.
Yeah.
But this is something that doesn't belong there in his muscle, which it doesn't belong. Good boy. Good boy. Yes. He's still licking and chewing, which is good. It means he hasn't froze up and complained. Good boy. Yeah. Good boy. Yes, you are. Isn't that a good boy? Now, if you notice how quick he is to kick at stuff, that could be us.
Yeah.
So this is why he needs a lot of this to get into where he's not kicking at everything he sees out of the corner of his eye.
Right.
So this is one of those times that we can start that right here. Instead of waiting until he's good with everything, we're utilizing this when he's still basically reactive and show him it doesn't work. At any time I could pull this off if it got really bad.
Right.
But most of the time I found that it's pushing him past where he got comfortable. Good boy. Good boy. See, that's not so bad, is it? No. See how even though his ears are moving, they're not that reactive jerkiness that he did the first day?
Yeah.
They're moving, but they're more like, okay, what is this? What is this? He's thinking, big time thinking. Look at him. He's like, what did you put on me? Why is it there? He just swallowed, which is good. It means anytime the horse licks and chews, it means endorphins were released. But look how well he's standing here now. He didn't want to stand here when we were doing the pole.
Right.
But now all of a sudden we pushed him past his comfort zone. Now he's like, you know what? I think everything was good when I stood still.
Yeah.
Now it moves, he moves, it moves. Good boy. And see, every time it touches a leg, he's going to react to it.
Right.
But I would like him, good boy. Now there, it touched the front leg. And he didn't freak, he didn't jump that time.
Right.
So that's an improvement. Good boy. I didn't get it tight enough, it's sneaking down my pole. Good boy. Now, anytime you do this and he sees it and he tries to spin, that could come towards me, so just so you know that. You just gotta be careful. Anytime you add stress in the environment, you could get squished.
Yeah.
Good boy. Now, the other thing I like about doing this here, which is why I wanted to do it here, is that there is a slim chance of him getting hurt in here because of it being solid. Working in panels when they kick like this is a better chance of getting hurt.
Right.
So that's why I knew he'd do this, but the truth of the matter is, I feel even if you did the pull with him for a week, when you put the rope on, he's gonna do the same thing.
Right.
I don't think it would matter whether we did the pole, like I said, for a week or a month. I think when the rope came out, he would do the same thing.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't like it.
Yeah.
So therefore, he's telling you that. Now, to me, I like a horse that is comfortable to say, I don't like that. Okay, I don't want one saying, okay, I'm good, and then blowing up. I want him to say, I don't like it. Good boy. Good boy, I know. You see, he's seeing it on this side differently because he's looking towards it. Good boy. I know. Yes, very good. Now, I can also flip it on that side. And we're going to be back to what we were a minute ago. Good boy. Yeah. Yeah, good boy. Oh, good boy. See, that wasn't rough, was it? No. And so, again, some people would say, well, you went too fast on it. My feelings, again, is that he would have been the same way whether we waited for a week or not, because that's his answer. We had a mare one time that was really kicky. I mean, really kicky. And we actually were, my granddad, John, and Rick, my husband now, was working her, and they were literally saddling her, but you could not get past her hips.
Wow.
And when she came into heat, they literally used the time when she came into heat to sack her out on her rear end.
No.
Because at that point, she loved having, you know, I mean, that was nature. She wanted things to touch her bottom, and she just pushed into you. And so when she came through the first spring heat, because they started working in the winter, then she got to where she didn't have a problem with them at her bottom anymore. You know, and so, but here they had done a lot. She was just a kicking fool. Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Oh, good boy. Is that scary? That's a good boy. Good. So, in a lot of ways, if you think about it, this was no different than when we put the pole on him the first time.
Yeah.
He still reacted. He's still going to do it. See, his head's already dropped.
Yeah.
He's already starting to chill out. I will say if we go back to his back legs, which we will, but not yet, he'll panic again. And that's common. Now, because my rope's creeping back, good boy. One of the things that I want to do, and I could actually do here too, good boy, is just give him a break, and I'll tighten this back up. Good boy. But again, he didn't run away.
Right.
So you can see how even though he doesn't like it, and yes, it's a little scary, but it's not as scary as it is more annoying to him. Good boy. Yes. And it is a fine line. There are people who will say, well, it is scary. Well, it is. I would agree, it is scary. But it's also annoying. Good boy, you want to see it? It's okay. Remember, we keep it low. Good boy, you want to see it? Now, see, the pole, he understands. The rope, he does not. Part of the reason he doesn't understand the rope is it does not carry a rhythm. And see how I just put it on him? I didn't dilly-dally with it?
Yeah.
That is one of the biggest tricks. He moved forward and it went on his back.
Right.
Good boy. And that was when you watched your video, when you were doing the pole right to begin with, you were iffy about putting it on him.
Right.
So I'm not telling you to go home and put the rope on first. I'm saying go home and play with the pole.
Yeah.
But this means he's already had the experience with the rope, so when you do go there, it will be less traumatic than it is now. and we're again in a safer environment. Good boy. Now is one, I like to work him with a drag halter for about a week.
Yeah.
And part of the reason is I like the fact that halter the rope is dragging under their feet.
So they get used to it.
At least a 15-foot rope.
Yeah.
And I usually like a cotton, I mean not a cotton, I like a nylon rope that's at least the size of your thumb. Good boy. Second thing, never turn them loose with a drag rope and a rope halter.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure it's nylon.
Yeah.
Good boy. Yes, good boy.
I used to always put the halters and ropes on him at the corral, but I didn't him
Yeah.
because I was bringing him here.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I don't care to have their ropes and halters on him right to begin with. Could you see how bad he'd be with something around his back legs?
Right.
The way he's wanting to kick it stuff. If he had a drag rope on, he would he would stay in a state of alert for quite a while.
Right.
And so this is why we're better to do this. Now, honestly, if we wanted to get a rope and drag rope on him today, I wouldn't be against that, depending on how he handled getting up close. But now he's not going to be as bad because he's getting used to something moving.
Right.
Good boy. Yes. Good boy. Good boy. There's the ropes on his hip. And so anytime we're moving this rope, it comes in and falls down. And so he's like, oh, I should kick it back. And again, keeping it on him is better than it not being on him. So in other words, having my pole sticking over to where the rope is dangling is scarier. So this is not as scary. Now watch me move it and watch his reaction. If I push it away from him, where he can see him look at it, now see it became scary. Put it back to him. Good boy. See how he flinched from it?
Yeah.
Because it did not touch him anymore. Now his front legs was where he was having some problems right to begin with. Good boy. So we're just letting it kind of wrap around there. See how it's swinging? Good boy. Wrapped around your front leg. That's perfect. That's kind of what we're after. Good boy. Now if he's coming in too much, you can put your rope on the inside and then he'll move away. See how that works?
Yeah.
And so if he's panicking about the rope and is coming in so close to you that you're worried about getting run over, then put it on the inside and then he'll move away from you. Good boy, yes. And try to always I try to keep my rope wrapped up between him and me just because it's not flopping that way. Good boy. He's got a cute little canter.
Yeah.
Good boy. Good boy. See, that wasn't so hard, was it? No, that wasn't so hard.
He says, man, this is different than yesterday. I was all relaxed.
Yeah.
I was almost hitting snooze.
We don't want him to leave scared, but you see, he's already relaxing again.
Yeah.
But if we let him I feel, if we get him too comfortable, he's gonna become pushy.
Yeah.
And he's too green to be pushy because in his mind, if he doesn't like something, he would kick it or bite it.
Right.
Okay, because that's an older horse. A baby would say, I'm a baby, don't squish me.
All right.
Okay, total different mindset. Good boy. Good boy. Now you notice I'm not bumping this on his back legs yet. I'm mainly trying to get it around his front legs. Because definitely when we start getting into the back legs, he will kick. And we know that, and in some ways, we want to get rid of that kicking. That was one of the things on the movie Unbranded, a couple people were talking about, I think you were saying that too, is they weren't sure about the methods used.
Right.
You know? And the thing is that we want to teach this horse not to kick. So we don't teach him not to kick by never experiencing him kicking. We teach him not to kick by putting him in circumstances that he wants to kick and then showing him that didn't work.
Right.
You know, it's just like if a horse goes to buck and they buck the saddle off, it worked. Now they're going to do it again. but they go to buck and the saddle stays and the